Huh. You ever notice, kid, how people only really care about you when they can get something out of it? Oh yeah, they'll smile, shake your hand, even laugh at your dumb jokes. But trust me, inside, they don't give a damn. And when you're down, when you're on your knees, scraping by, no one's coming to help you. Hell, they'll probably step right over you, like trash on the street. That's life though, right? The world doesn't owe you anything. In fact, it wants to see you fail. The system, the people, they thrive on seeing someone struggle. It makes them feel better about their own pathetic lives. They need someone to laugh at, to kick around, because it distracts them from their own misery. But you, oh, you're different. You're not going to stay down. I can see it in your eyes. That fire, that hunger, it's there. And when you rise, oh, trust me, they'll wish they treated you better. You see, they don't fear you when you're broken. No, no. They feel safe, superior. They get real comfortable looking down on you like you're beneath them. But the minute you start clawing your way back up, oh boy, that's when the tables turn. That's when the fear sets in. And they'll do anything to keep you from taking what's yours. Here's the thing about people. They only value what they can't control. When you're unpredictable, when they don't know what move you're gonna make next, that's when they start to panic. That's when they start regretting. Every time they put you down, every time they turned their back on you, every time they thought they could just dismiss you. You ever been betrayed, kid? Of course you have. We all have. That's how the world works. People you thought were your friends, they stab you in the back the second they think you're no longer useful to them. It's funny, isn't it? The way they smile in your face while planning to gut you the moment you're no longer of any value. They treat you like garbage, and when you're in the dirt, they spit on you. But that's the joke, see? They think they've won. They think their betrayal means something, that it defines you. But it doesn't. Oh no, it only fuels you. That pain, that rage, it's power. It's what makes you unstoppable. When you take all that hurt and turn it into drive, into focus, you become something they can't even begin to understand, something they can't stop. You want to know the truth? It's all one big game. The world's rigged, and the people in charge, they want you to lose. They want you to believe you're nothing without them. But here's the thing. You don't need anyone. You don't need their approval, their validation. You don't need their lies, their fake sympathy. What you need is to understand one simple fact. You're stronger than all of them. You've survived what they couldn't even dream of enduring. You remember every insult, every time they made you feel small. You carry it with you, don't you? Good. Use it. Let it drive you forward. Let it remind you that no one has the right to tell you what you're worth. They didn't see your value then, but they will. Oh, they will. Because when you rise, when you claw your way back from the pit they threw you into, they'll realize they made a mistake. And by then, it'll be too late for apologies. That's the beauty of it, kid. That's the sweet, poetic twist. See, they could have lifted you up. They could have treated you like an equal. But no, they chose to throw you away like trash. And now you get to be the monster in their nightmares. The one they never saw coming. The one they created. You ever notice how the people who hurt you the most are always the ones who act shocked when you finally stand up for yourself? They act like you're the one who's wrong, like you're the villain for not staying down. It's laughable, really. They think you owe them something, that you should just forgive and forget, move on like it never happened. But why should you? Why should you let them walk all over you? No, that's not how this works. Not anymore. You rise. You become what they feared. Not because you want revenge. No, that's too simple. You rise because you deserve better. You rise because you know, deep down, that you're more than they'll ever be. They'll hate you for it, sure. But that's the price of power, kid. That's the cost of standing up for yourself. And when you do rise, when you finally stand tall, they'll be scrambling. Oh, they'll come running, begging for forgiveness, acting like they've always been on your side. Don't fall for it. It's a game, a pathetic attempt to regain control. They'll say anything, do anything to keep you from realizing just how powerful you've become. But you won't fall for it, will you? Nah, you're smarter than that. You know better. You've seen what they're really like. You know that deep down, they're cowards. They only attack when they think you're weak. But now they see you're not weak. You're not broken. You're just getting started. And when you rise, when you finally take your place at the top, they'll wish they'd treated you better. They'll wish they hadn't crossed you, hadn't betrayed you. But by then, it won't matter. There'll be nothing. Just another lesson learned. Another stepping stone on your path to greatness. So don't cry for them, kid. Don't waste your tears on people who never cared about you in the first place. Instead, use that pain, that anger, and rise. Rise higher than they ever thought possible. Make them choke on their regret. Because in the end, the only person you need to impress is yourself. And trust me, when you rise, when you finally show them who you really are, they'll be sorry. Oh, they'll be sorry. But by then, it'll be too damn late. Huh. You're starting to feel it, aren't you? That spark, that little flicker in your gut that's been ignored for so long is finally waking up. That's the real Sar you. Not the one they stepped on, not the one they cast aside like some disposable piece of garbage. No, that's not who you are. You're the one they fear will come out. The one who'll rise, take what's theirs, and make them regret every time they treated you like you were nothing. Oh, but let's not sugarcoat this, huh? Rising ain't pretty. It's dirty. It's painful. You gotta crawl through the filth they left you in, claw your way up with bloody hands, but that's what makes it so sweet, kid. That's what makes it real. You don't rise because it's easy. You rise because you've got no other choice. It's do or die. And you're a survivor. But the world, the world doesn't care about survivors, does it? No, they want you complacent. They want you quiet, obedient, stuck in the same rut they're in. And that's where most people stay. They accept their fate, bow their heads, and keep playing the role assigned to them. But you? Nah. You're not one of them. You're not gonna sit in the dirt while they laugh at you. You're not gonna take their handouts and their empty promises. You're gonna rise, and when you do, it's gonna be ugly for them. You see, power isn't about how much money you've got or how many people follow you. No, power is about control. It's about knowing what you can do, what you're capable of. And once you realize that, once you truly understand the power you have, the game changes. Oh, they'll try to stop you. Of course they will. The second they see you rising, the second they realize you're not the same broken thing they left behind, they'll come at you from every angle. Friends, family, people you thought you could trust. They'll all turn on you because they can't handle it. They can't handle the fact that you're not what they thought you were. You've changed. You've evolved, and they can't stand it. And that's when the fear kicks in. You'll see it in their eyes, that flicker of doubt, of regret. They'll start questioning themselves, start wondering if maybe, just maybe, they were wrong about you. But it's too late by then. You're already on your way up, and nothing's gonna stop you. Now, let me tell you something real, something they don't want you to know. You ever wonder why they put so much effort into keeping you down? Why they go out of their way to make you feel small, to break you, to make you question yourself? It's because they know what you're capable of. They know deep down that if you ever tapped into your true potential, they'd be nothing compared to you. They're scared of you, kid. Scared that one day you'll wake up and realize that they need you more than you need them. That's the dirty little secret. You don't need them, not a single one of them. You don't need their approval, their support, their half-assed sympathy. You've been surviving without them for this long, haven't you? You've made it this far, even with all the crap they threw at you. So what makes you think you need them now? You don't. But here's the real kicker. They're gonna come crawling back. Oh yeah, mark my words. Once they see you've made it, Once they see that you've risen higher than they ever thought possible, they're going to try to worm their way back into your life. Suddenly, they're going to act like they were always on your side, like they were rooting for you the whole time. Don't fall for it. Don't you dare fall for that act. They're snakes, kid. They're only coming back because they see you as valuable again. They don't care about you. They care about what they can get from you. They'll suck you dry if you let them. And the second you're no longer useful to them, they'll drop you right back into the dirt without a second thought. Nah, you've got to be smarter than that. You've got to keep your head on straight, keep your guard up, because when you rise, the vultures start circling. They'll try to tear you down, but you've got to stay sharp, stay focused. You didn't come this far to let them drag you back down. And trust me, when you rise, they'll be watching. They'll be watching every move you make, waiting for you to slip up, waiting for you to fail. But you won't give them that satisfaction, will you? No. You're not going to fail. You're going to keep rising, keep pushing forward, until you're so far ahead of them, they can't even see your shadow. But here's the thing. Rising doesn't mean you forget. Oh no. You remember. Every betrayal, every lie, every time they made you feel like you were nothing. You remember all of it. You carry it with you, not as a weight, but as a reminder. A reminder that they had their chance, and they blew it. They could have stood by you. They could have been part of your success, but they chose to turn their backs, and now they're nothing more than ghosts in your past. And that's how it should be. You don't owe them anything, not a damn thing. When you rise, it's for you, not for them, not to prove anything to anyone. It's for you, because you deserve better, because you've earned it. Look, kid, life's a joke, a sick, twisted joke. And the punchline? The punchline is that the people who laughed at you, who mocked you, who kicked you when you were down, they'll be the ones crying when you finally stand up. They'll be the ones looking up at you, begging for mercy, begging for a piece of the life you've built. But mercy's for the weak. And you're not weak anymore. You've got no time for mercy. Not for them, not for anyone who thought they could crush you and get away with it. Because when you rise, when you finally become who you were always meant to be, they'll wish, oh, they'll wish they treated you better. You know what's funny? It's the way they act so surprised. When you don't just roll over and take it. When you don't let them walk all over you. They get this look on their face like they can't believe you've got the nerve to fight back. It's pathetic, really. They expect you to stay weak, to stay small, because that's how they justify their own miserable little lives. As long as you're beneath them, they can keep pretending they've got it all figured out. But the second you show even a spark of strength, oh, they panic. They try to snuff you out before you get a chance to shine. That's the thing about people. They can't stand seeing someone rise above them. It makes them question themselves. It makes them realize they've been stuck in the same place for too long, and they don't like that. No, no. They'd rather keep you down than face the fact that they're stuck. You know what that is? It's fear. Fear of change. Fear of losing control. Fear of someone like you. Someone they underestimated. Showing them what they could have been if they weren't so busy playing it safe. And the funniest part? The more they try to keep you down, the more they push you to rise. Every time they knock you back, every time they tell you you're not good enough, it just adds more fuel to the fire. Oh, but here's the kicker, kid. Rising, it ain't pretty. It's messy. It's brutal. You don't rise by following the rules, by playing nice. You rise by breaking out, by tearing through the walls they built to keep you in. And yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna cost you something. But that's the price of power. That's the cost of being real in a world full of fakes. You've got to be ready to lose things. Friends, family, comfort. People aren't gonna like the new you. They're gonna say you've changed. They're gonna call you selfish, cold, maybe even heartless. But let me tell you something, kid. They're just scared. Scared of what you're becoming. Scared that you don't need them anymore. And you know what? They're right. You don't. See, they don't understand what it's like to claw your way out of the gutter. They've never had to fight for anything real. Most people, they've never faced true hunger, true desperation. They've never felt the kind of pain that forces you to make a choice. Stay down, or rise and take what's yours. But you've felt it. You've been there, in the dark, with nothing but your own will to keep you going. And that's why you're dangerous. That's why they'll never see you coming. Because while they were busy living their safe, boring lives, you were learning how to survive, how to adapt, how to use every bit of pain, every bit of anger as fuel. And when you rise, they won't know how to handle it. They'll be scrambling, trying to figure out what went wrong, trying to understand how someone they wrote off could suddenly be standing taller than them. But by then, it won't matter. You'll be too far ahead. You'll be untouchable. Here's the thing, though. Rising isn't just about getting back at them. Oh no, that's too small, too simple. Rising is about taking control of your own story. It's about making sure no one ever puts you in a box again. No one ever tells you what you can or can't do. It's about realizing that the only limits in this world are the ones you put on yourself. And yeah, it's lonely at the top. You're gonna lose people along the way. People you thought were friends. People you thought would stand by you no matter what. But here's the harsh truth, kid. Most people, they don't care about you. Not really. They care about what they can get from you. And the second you stop being useful to them, they're gone. But that's fine. Let them go. You don't need them. When you rise, you'll attract the right people. People who respect you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. And the rest? They'll just be another part of the past, another ghost in the rearview mirror. You ever think about how many people in your life are just there because it's convenient? Because it's easy? They're not with you because they believe in you. They're with you because you're safe. You don't challenge them. You don't make them question their own choices. But the second you start to rise, the second you start becoming dangerous, they'll vanish. And good riddance, I say. You don't need fair weather friends. You don't need people who are only with you when it's easy. You need people who will stand with you when things get tough, when the world's against you. And those people? They're rare, but you'll find them. Oh, you'll find them. And here's the thing, when you rise, you're not just rising for yourself. You're rising for everyone who ever felt like you did. Everyone who's been stepped on, ignored, dismissed. You become the proof that it can be done. That no matter how deep they bury you, no matter how many times they tell you you're nothing, you can still rise. That's why they hate it. That's why they'll do everything in their power to stop you. Because your success, it's a threat to their whole worldview. It's a reminder that they're not as in control as they think they are. And people, they don't like being reminded of that. They don't like being shown that their power is fragile, that their little empire can crumble the second someone like you decides to stand up and say, enough. You see, when you rise, you don't just change your own life. You change the way people see the world. You force them to confront the fact that maybe, just maybe, they're not as special as they thought they were. And that scares the hell out of them. So don't rise for revenge. Don't rise to prove them wrong. Rise because you know, deep down, that you're meant for more. Rise because you've seen the bottom and you've got no intention of going back. Rise because it's your only option. Because staying down, that's death. That's giving up. And you're not a quitter. Oh, they'll say you've changed. They'll say you're not the same person anymore. And you know what? They're right. You're not the same. You're stronger. You're smarter. You're tougher. And when you rise, they'll wish they'd seen it sooner. They'll wish they'd treated you better. But by then, it'll be too late. Because when you rise, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. For the person you've always known you could be. And that's the real victory.